Illegal to say
We should kill the president. Label me a dissident. It's only American to wanna kill the president. Yo, we should kill the president. Label me a dissident. It's only American to wanna kill the president. This is how the world ends. He's killing all of my best friends. And I don't think I'll be content. So someone kill the president. I don't wanna believe it, but I think that it bears repeating. We should shoot a billionaire, film it, put it on the air, drag him by his Turkish hair. No one cares. We should shoot a billionaire.
they talk openly about killing us every day in their campaign ads, budget proposals, executive orders, and their rambling misspelled tweets. They revel in violence. Why should we?
We should kill the president. We should kill the president. Yeah, we should kill the president. We should kill the president. Yeah, we should kill the president. Yeah, we should kill the president. We should kill the president. We should kill the president. Yeah, we should kill the president. We should kill the president. Yeah, we should kill the president. We should kill the president. We should kill the
Figure this shit out. Hold on. Great song. Great song. Let's see. Can we listen to while we wake up? Oh yeah, yesterday I was watching some Jordan Peterson, but it was old Jordan Peterson. What was it? Jordan B. Peterson. Mushrooms. Yeah, here we go.
A single psilocybin trip, and I specify trip because sometimes when people take psilocybin at the doses that Griffith uses, they don't have a psychedelic experience. Most people who take the dose do, but not everyone. Those who take the dose and don't have the mystical experience don't experience the consequences of taking the drug. And the consequences can be quite profound. So one consequence is that if you have the mystical experience that's associated with psilocybin ingestion, you're liable to represent that to others and yourself as one of the 2 or 3 most
Your
experienced.
forehead is a little bigger than normal.
So that would be.
You know what, man? You know what, dude? You know what, man? Look at this. Look at this fucking forehead, bro. You kidding me? Dude, I told my, it's funny you say that, man. I told my friend of like 6 years that I have like a Neanderthal forehead because of like the pockets of fat right there. They've always been there. And dude, he said, you know, I've known you this long and I didn't know if you knew that about yourself. What's up, man? Thanks for saying something. I appreciate you. Good morning, buddy.
At the same level as the birth of your child or your marriage, let's say, assuming that those were transcendent experiences. But that's But that's how people describe them. So that's very interesting in and of itself. Then the next thing that another thing that Griffith
I want to
reported
like
was that
mine gold.
1 year after
I want to like mine gold, like not at a factory level, but at like a small. You can, dude. People gold sifting. Dude, you can actually do this. I mean, or like mine gems. I want to feel like a dwarf. Oh, okay. I was gonna say you could do this kind of stuff. You know, like people do this. What's it called? I guess classifying. But yeah, I've seen people do this.
psilocybin dose, a single
And yes, it actually would be fun to actually mine. I've chopped down a tree before with an axe, and dude, it was the most like manly experience I ever had. Aside from, you know what I mean, like, but like, dude, I felt like such a cool guy, fucking chopping down trees. You know what I'm saying?
psilocybin dose, profound enough to induce a mystical experience. The trait openness of the participants had increased 1 standard.
What ethnicity are you, dude? You're not gonna believe this. I'm white. I'm just fucking white, bro. I have some Native American, but bro, I'm just fucking white.
Deviation.
I'm just
Which
a
is
white
tremendous
dude.
amount. And so it looked like 1 dose produced a permanent neurological
He
and
said,
psychological
"Good answer."
transformation.
Yo,
No,
what
no,
the?
I know.
Whoa, what the fuck? What do you mean, good answer? What do you mean?
Not saying that that's a good thing. I'm not saying that
Dude,
because I don't think that openness
I have never turned on an early morning vertical stream. This is fucking awesome. You guys are great, dude.
is a
I can tell you what I'm not. I am not a Japanese kawaii girl. Dude, me neither, bro. Me neither. I
troubled
would
blessing.
never. Yeah, I'm actually I'm an old Vietnamese grandmother, okay? That's my...
But it's certainly a testament to the unbelievable potency of the drugs. There's about a 10% chance, by the way, with psilocybin ingestion of a trip to hell. And so that's certainly something very much worth considering when you're thinking about the potential effects of this kind of experience. So the mystical experience produced by psilocybin is rated by people as the most profound, among the most profound experience of their life, as life-changing. It produces permanent personality transformations. 85% success in smoking cessation with a single dose. Right, that's another thing that Griffiths demonstrated. Now that is mind-boggling because there are chemical treatments for smoking cessation. Bupropion is one.
Abnormalities. Yes. Abnormal.
It reduces craving to some degree, but its success rate is nowhere near 85%. Certainly not with a single dose. And so we don't understand how it can be that that occurs, but it's nicely documented by Griffith's team. In this experiment, he gave psilocybin to people who were dying of cancer. Cancer patients often develop chronic, clinically significant symptoms of depression and anxiety. Previous studies suggest that psilocybin may decrease depression and anxiety in cancer patients. Aldous Huxley took LSD on his deathbed, by the way. So the idea that there was something about psychedelic substances
Dude.
that could...
Could you imagine doing fucking mushrooms or like tripping balls on like the day you're supposed to die?
buffer people against the catastrophes of mortality is an idea that's as old as experimentation with the drug itself. The effects of psilocybin were studied in 51 cancer patients with life-threatening diagnoses and symptoms of depression and or anxiety, unsurprisingly. I don't really know if it's reasonable to describe the emotional state of people diagnosed with cancer of uncertain prognosis or mortal significance as depression, precisely.
This is so true.
You know what I mean, is that if you go to the doctor and he tells you that you have intractable, fatal cancer, the normative response is to be rather upset and anxious about that. And so one of the things that bothers me about clinical psychiatry and clinical psychology is the automatic presupposition that even overwhelming states of negative emotion are properly categorized as depression. Because I don't think you're depressed when you get a cancer diagnosis. I don't think that's the right way to think about it. I think that you have a big problem. And it's not surprising that you're overwhelmed by negative emotion, and to think about that as a psychiatric malfunction is a major error. But anyways, it's a side issue with regards to this study. The effects of psilocybin were studied in 51 cancer patients with life-threatening diagnosis and symptoms of depression and or anxiety. I cannot imagine how they got this through an ethics committee. It's just, we're going to take people who have uncertain diagnosis of cancer that
so
are potentially life-threatening, and we're going to give them psychedelics. It's like, but they did it. They did it. And I think it's a testament to Griffith's stature as a researcher that was allowable.
Hold on. Griffith researcher. Who is this guy? I don't know. Sherman's research. I don't fucking know, dude. I just want to see. John Hopkins? Dr. Roland Griffiths. Okay. I mean, I don't know if this is true. He's founding director, consciousness research. Oh, yeah, okay, this is who. Psychedelic, yeah. Has he started crying yet?
This is a randomized
Dude.
double-blind crossover trial.
That's so
very carefully
funny.
Designed clinical investigation. People were assigned to the treatment group or to the drug group or the non-drug group.
I just want men
randomly,
to make their
blindly.
bed. I just want
And-
everybody to make their bed.
It investigated the effects of the drug also at different doses, which is another hallmark of a well-designed pharmacological
I need the lobsters to make their bed so they can kill the dragon.
study. Very low placebo-like dose, 1 or 3 milligrams per 70 kilograms of body weight, versus a high dose, 22 or 30 milligrams per 70 kilograms of psilocybin, chemical psilocybin, and behaviors throughout the study. That's also the hallmark of a well-designed study, because they didn't rely on a single source of information for the outcome data, right? They got self-reports, that's fine, but they had relatively objective observers also gather data at the same time. High-dose psilocybin produced large decreases in clinician and self-related measures of depressed mood and anxiety, along with increases in quality of life, life meaning and optimism, and decreases in death anxiety. And that's an interesting, it's a subtle and scientifically sparse statement, but it's a very interesting one. It was there's an intimation of a causal relationship here. Increases in quality of life, life meaning, and decreases in death anxiety. I mean, the intimation there is that one of the ways of decreasing your anxiety about death is to increase the felt meaning in your life. And the psilocybin dosages potentiate that, but it's a good thing to know in a general manner if it happens to be a generalizable truth, right? If you're terrified of mortality, terrified of vulnerability, there's always the possibility that the life path that you're following isn't rich enough to buffer you against the negative element of existence. It's a reasonable hypothesis. And an optimistic one, I think, although a difficult one. At 6-month follow-up, these changes were sustained, with about 80% of participants continuing to show clinically significant decreases in depressed mood and anxiety.
You hear that, guys? You gotta
Stephen Ross, commenting about this, he was a co-investigator, said, "It is simply unprecedented in psychiatry that a single dose of a medicine produces these kinds of dramatic and enduring results." Right, which means we have no idea why this happens.
Look, Dr. Roland Griffith, we were right with the
Participants
research.
attributed
Hell yeah,
improvements in
Google, good
attitudes
job.
about life/self, mood, relationships, and spirituality to the high-dose experience.
What's up, buddy?
With more than 80%
Wow, yeah, it's
endorsing
crazy.
moderately or greater increased well-being
What's
and
up?
life satisfaction.
Oh, nothing, man. Just figured to turn the stream on, check it out, see how it works in the morning. While I just woke up like an hour ago. I stayed up a little late. What are you planning to do? We'll play some games here in a bit. Right now, I'm watching when I wake up, I usually watch like a lecture or some kind of like interesting video. And I figured I'd just do it on stream and see if anybody else enjoys it. doesn't look like anybody gives a shit this early in the morning, but this is how I start my morning. So
Community observers showed course.
this is Jordan B. Peterson. I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not his fan. Well, I like when he does this. I don't like when he talks politics, but I like when he does his job, which is like a clinical psychiatrist or whatever. And right now, this is a lecture on a study done for mushrooms in cancer patients and how it affects like depression and stuff. So
Responding changes.
just watching that, I just finished my first coffee. I'll probably go downstairs and make another and then play some games or something. I'm not sure. But it's nice to meet you, man.
Type
Glad to have you in.
psilocybin
Thanks for stopping by.
experiments on session day mediated the effect of psilocybin dose on therapeutic outcomes. What that means is that
Yo, hey. Thank you,
when
bro.
the researchers were trying
Appreciate
to look
that.
at a causal relationship between
SpongeBob
drug ingestion
Cholo.
and the positive outcome. The causal relationship was drug ingestion, mystical
That's a-
experience.
That's a great name. Yeah, so I had some really close Mexican friends when I lived in Alabama, and they gave me one of my buddies. He cut hair, and he gave me a haircut. And dude, he gave me like a Mexican style close cut with a little bit of a fade. I looked like I was part of the family. It was really funny. They had people. They would just sit around and chill in the garage, and some folks came in and started speaking Spanish to me, and I was like, "Ooh, yo, I'm sorry, buddy, I don't speak Spanish."
Positive outcome. It wasn't drug ingestion positive outcome. There had to be the experience produced by the pharmaceutical.
Yeah, this is all about mushrooms and how they can help people. So if you're interested, that's awesome. If you're not, that's cool too, man. But I do appreciate anybody that's like swiping through and stops by. So
Agent in order for the
Good morning to
pharmaceutical
you.
agent to have had its effect. Now, we don't know why that is either. I mean, maybe some people needed a higher dose. Who knows? Because people vary tremendously in their sensitivity to pharmaceutical substances. Now, why am I telling you all this? Well, I'm telling you for a variety of reasons. The first is, make no mistake about it. Human beings have the capacity for forms of consciousness that are radically unlike our normative forms of consciousness. And the evidence that those alternative forms of consciousness are purely pathological, which is the simplest explanation, right? You perturb a system, it produces pathology, that's negative. That is the simplest explanation. The evidence for that is weak at best, leaving out the bad trip issue, which is non-trivial. The empirical evidence, as it accrues, in fact seems to suggest that the consequence of positive mystical experiences associated with psychedelic intake is overwhelmingly positive, even in extreme situations. And you really can't find a more extreme situation than uncertain cancer diagnosis with
if you're just tuning in, you don't know what's going on. He's talking about a study about research mushrooms given to 51 cancer patients.
concomitant depression and anxiety. Like, I mean, that's not as bad as it gets, but it's kind of in the ballpark. And so the fact that even under circumstances like that, there was the overwhelming probability that the experience would be positive, because that's another thing you wouldn't expect, you know. Even from some of the earliest discussions about psychedelic use that were put forth by people, including Timothy Leary, describing the importance of set, right? So that the early experimenters noted that if you had a psychedelic experience and you were in a bad state or in a bad place, that was one of the precursors to a bad trip, that the negative emotion that you entered the experience with could be magnified tremendously by the chemical substance, and so that it was necessary to be somewhere safe, to be around people that you trust, to be in a familiar environment, to get all the variables that you could
This is very true. If you ever do partake, you definitely want to be in a really safe environment and people who understand that, like, what you're doing. Like, if you have friends that would fuck with you during this, like, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. I had some people, when I was experimenting, they started to, like, bully me in front of, like, 30 people, and it was the most uncomfortable, like, you don't really have a good connection with what's going on around you, because obviously you're not in your right mind. but like some dude sprayed water. They were barbecuing. He sprayed some water on me, and I thought I pissed myself, and I started crying. And instead of telling me that I was cool, they were like, "Nah, man, you pissed yourself." And I was like, "You guys are assholes." And then somebody drove me home, and it felt like I was in a spaceship.
Control under control. But here's a situation where that isn't what's happening at all, because people have this cancer diagnosis of unspecified outcome, and the vast majority of them had a positive experience, and the positive experience had long-lasting positive consequences. So the case that the transcendent experience is not real, that's wrong.
It's very wrong. It's very real. You can absolutely have some pretty wild transcendental experiences.
It's real.
My friend's dog spoke to me. I mean, it was rather incredible.
Now, we don't know what that means.
Obviously, his dog didn't actually speak to me, but that's what happened. You know what I mean?
Because it actually challenges to some degree our concepts of what constitutes real. But it's certainly well within the realm of normative human experience. So it's part of the human capacity. And you know, there's been other neurological experiments too. There's a researcher, a Canadian researcher, if I remember correctly, who invented something he called the God helmet. And it used electromagnetic stimulation, brain stimulation, to induce mystical experiences. Now, I don't remember what part of the brain he was shutting off or activating with that particular gadget, but, and you know, there's all sorts of other indications of this sort of thing that have cropped up in other domains of the neurological literature. For example, it's very common for people who are epileptic to have religious experiences as part of the prodroma to the actual seizure. That was the case with Dostoevsky, for example, who had incredibly intense religious experiences that would culminate in an epileptic seizure. And he said that they were of sufficient quality that he would give up his whole life to have had them. And the funny thing too is that, in my reading of Dostoevsky at least, is that I think that epileptic seizures and the associated mystical experiences were part of what made him a transcendently brilliant author. I don't think that he would have broken through into the domains of insight that he possessed without those strange neurological experiences.
Dostoevsky took mushrooms back in the day? Yo.
And it was certainly not the case that his epilepsy or the experiences that were associated with it produced what you might describe as an impairment in his cognitive function. It's quite the contrary. At least that's how it looks to me.
Wow. Wow. I love Terrence McKenna. I'm gonna go. Let me turn this down.
Issue that hovers around the psychedelic experience.
A lot of people
that was
won't really
mentioned
like
last
this,
night,
but
it's strong in my life. I haven't found any real solution other than hold your nose and jump. But the issue is surrender. This is something real. You don't find people going into the ashram in the morning to meditate with their knees knocking in fear because of how terrifying and profound they know that meditation is going to be. But if they were going in there to smoke DMT, you know, they would be fully riveted on the modalities of what was about to happen. I mean, we can tell shit from Shinola. It's just that we don't always prefer Shinola. And I'm not like, I don't advocate it. You know, people, like sometimes there are people who are disappointed because they say, well, how often do you do it? Well, the answer is not very often. I mean, if I can get it in a couple or 3 times a year, I feel like I'm hitting it pretty hard. And the more successful it is, the less often you have to do it. I mean, I know people who say DMT is their most favorite drug, and when you say, well, when was the last time you did it? They say, well, 1967. It only lasted 4 minutes. They're still processing it. And they are still processing it. They're not just whistling Dixie. I mean, it is, to my mind, just the most... well, I mentioned this earlier, the question, how do they keep the lid on this stuff? And I suppose here I'm preaching to the converted, because many people last night said they had an interest in this kind of thing. But they don't keep the lid on sexuality. No society has ever had it so under control that people didn't have sex. I mean, they may have had sex under weird conditions and under, ritual strictures and this and that. But we are like this salamander that has the option of never developing into its mature form. And to my mind, that's a tragedy, because this is our birthright, and somehow our inability to get a grip on our global problems has to do with this immaturity about our mental state. The two, I feel very strongly, are linked, and that of course we can't get control of the world because we are children in some profound way. And we don't like being children, but the culture has reinforced a form of infantilism. And the way I explain it to myself is it's a kind of unwillingness to go it alone on a certain level. I don't know how many of you remember in Brave New World, Huxley's brilliant dystopia, but there's a scene in there where Bernard, who is the guy who's out of it in the novel because in his fetal fluid they got an alcohol contaminant, and so he's different from everybody else in this society, and he occasionally has original thoughts. And he and his assigned girlfriend for the evening, or whatever she is, are in a helicopter, and they sweep out past the crematoria where they're recollecting elements for reuse, and he suspends the helicopter over the Black Bay, and she immediately becomes very agitated, restless, anxious, and pleads with him to return to the city. And what it is it's her anxiety over being alone in the presence of nature. She literally can't take it. And I think there are a lot of people in our society, and each of us in our own way at different times, who have within us this neurotic and infantile creature that can't face it alone, and that this going it alone thing is very important. Plotinus, the great Neoplatonic philosopher, he spoke of the mystical experience as the flight of the alone to the alone. And in the psychedelic experience, there is this issue of surrender, because a lot of people want to diddle with it. They want to be able to say they did it, but they don't ever want to face an actual moment where they put it all on the line. And yet the whole issue with this stuff is to let it lead, to let it show what it wants to show. So somehow, individually, we have to reclaim our experience. The real message, more important even than the psychedelic experience, the real message that I try to leave with people in these weekends is the primacy of direct experience. That as people, the real universe is,
What's up, everybody?
Within your
put on my
reach.
space. These are space shark
Everything
socks.
not within your reach is basically
It's
unconfirmed
sharks in
rumor.
space.
And we insert ourselves like ants or honeybees into hierarchies of knowledge. So we say, well, what's going on in the world? Well, turn on CNN. And then somehow we're ordered. Then we say, okay, it's 85 degrees in Baghdad and the wind is out of the northeast at 15 miles an hour. And we feel somehow better now because we're getting the information. But what we have done is sold out direct experience. And all institutions require this of us, that we somehow redefine ourselves for the convenience of the institution. And this redefinition always involves a narrowing, a denial, so that, if you want to be in Marxist society, if you want to function in Marxist society, you have to define yourself as a Marxist human being. Well, it turns out in a Marxist society there are no homosexuals, because that just happens in decadent societies. So then, if you happen to notice any tendency like this in yourself, you have to deny its existence, because this just doesn't happen in a Marxist society. And similarly, every society has this. In our society, if you hear voices, we have mental hospitals for you. If you have vast visions of the future, we have drugs that can help you and make this go away. So then somehow, in modern society, the discovery of psychedelics is the discovery that all of this cultural machinery is just Wizard of Oz stuff. You remember the scene in The Wizard of Oz where the curtain is swept back and they see the little guy there, and he says, booming out over the loudspeaker, "Ignore the little man pulling the levers. Ignore the little man pulling the levers." Well, the little man pulling the levers is what sweeps into view with psychedelics, and you discover, aha, culture is provisional. Whether we have 9 wives or 3, whether we tattoo ourselves blue, whether we eat insects or not, all of these things are just decisions that we make. And then we congratulate ourselves on our wisdom, and we live within that, and we hunt down and kill all the people who disagree with us. And that's called having a culture, having a way of life, being somebody. But I don't see history as a wrong turning. I see it, the metaphor that I like is that of the prodigal son, that there was a reason for this long descent into matter, this peregrination. It was a shamanic journey of some sort. The shaman goes into the world pool or ascends the world tree to go to the center of the axis of the cosmos, to recover the pearl or the gift or the lost soul, and then return with it. And this is what history was, I think. It was a descent into the hell worlds of matter, energy, space, and time, for the purpose of recovering something that was lost. It wasn't lost by us. It was lost by the breathing, the disystole of the planet. Just climax of climate moved us into paradise and then moved us out of paradise. I mean, that the story of Eden is the story of history's first drug bust. I mean, it's the story of a whole lot of tension over who's going to take or not take a certain plant which confers knowledge. And Yahweh, wandering in the garden, says to himself, if the man and the woman eat of the fruit, they will become as we are. The issue was co-equality, co-knowledge with the Creator. Well, where do we stand, in man's existential march? How does that work? Can we always accept the subservient, infantile position? I mean, is knowledge to be dispensed by gods, and if not gods, then the institutions that appoint themselves as gods over us? Or is it actually that maturity begins with somehow claiming this birthright, and it is a birthright? And I don't know if a society can survive the claiming of this birthright by a large number of people. Certainly in the 1960s, when this was attempted, everybody got very agitated, and then it was frozen out. In so-called primitive or pre-literate societies, there is the office of the shaman, and the shaman is deputized to act for all of us in the same way that we have airplane mechanics to fix jet engines. We have shamans to explore these hidden and fairly terrifying other dimensions. The people who self-select themselves
We're almost
into
done.
a group like this, in a society like that, would be the candidates for this kind of shamanic voyaging.
Good shit, good shit, good shit. Why is it showing my own stream? Why would I want to watch my own stream? Alright, go ahead and take a break from watching. I'm awake now, I've had my coffee, so. Now we can play some games, but I don't really know what game I want to play, so. Man, I can't believe I got roasted for. You guys are mean, bro. You guys are mean. Turn this off. Combat Outpost. What?
Greyzone Warfare has finally fixed its biggest PvP issues, so today I'll be showing you the most important things coming in the
I like
latest
this.
patch,
This guy's awesome.
4.5, which is releasing today. So the two main changes to PvP revolve around the combat outposts and the conflict zones. And we'll look at the conflict zone first, because currently in PvP, if you shoot at somebody else, a conflict zone, which is one of those big red circles that gets popped down on the map and tells you where PvP combat is happening if you want to go and engage with that, it currently has a very formulaic approach to it, where it sits right slap bang in the middle of the attacker and the defender. And this allows people to work out where people on the other team are just by looking at the position of the conflict zone, which wasn't really very fair. So the number one change to these conflict zones is that the zone itself is now centered on the defender. So if you're getting sniped, for example, the conflict zone will be around you as the person who is receiving incoming fire, and it doesn't give away the position of the attacker. Also, the conflict zone size has been increased to a 400-meter diameter, so from one edge of the circle to the other, it's going to cover 4 of those bigger squares on the map. Now, the second biggest change to conflict zones is how they work and how they interact with players respawning at different cops. So right now, if you die in a conflict zone, you can just respawn at the nearby cop, gear back up, and run straight back in. Whereas now, after this update, if you die inside a conflict zone, once it's already been formulated, then if you get killed in there, you will respawn back at base camp rather than at a nearby cop. So the way this will work is the very first person who dies to create a conflict zone in the first place, they will be able to respawn at the cop nearby. But if you die inside a conflict zone after it's been created, you're going to be sent right back to base. And this means you're going to have to take a heli all the way back to get back into the fight again. This is going to mean that people are going to value their lives a lot more and are going to be a lot more careful within these particular zones. And again, it means that an individual team is actually able to win a fight because it gives enough time for them to loot and scoot before the enemy team gets back into the area. If somebody gets killed within the conflict zone, the timer is refreshed on that conflict zone as well. So if people just keep going one at a time into the meat grinder, it's going to keep appearing and keep sending people back to base camp. So this is already a really big change that's going to affect how PvP plays out, because people are going to have to be a lot more careful, and it's going to be much less of a meat grinder, as I said, with people respawning, running back in over and over and over again. It will probably slow PvP down a little bit, but this is going to be good, because right now, people are basically just like Zerg rushing cops to try to capture them, and eventually, just through attrition, one team ends up winning who's more persistent. It's very difficult to win against a team that just continuously wants to come back in over and over and over again. The other change that is happening to the cops themselves, the combat outposts where you capture them, is they're introducing a cop cooldown. So if you capture a cop, you have a 30-minute window in which nobody else can capture it. So you don't end up with these crazy back and forth wars where one team has it and another team has it straight back, and then another team has it and then you get it straight back, because the AI usually doesn't really put up much of a fight against experienced players, and so the cops can switch backwards and forwards in a matter of minutes as soon as you clear the other team out. And so with these two combinations of changes, this is going to make the map structure a lot more stable and allow PvP to be less of a rush fest and more sensible and more measured and more thoughtful, which is the way that Greyzone is supposed to be in the first place. Now, the next thing on the list that people have been asking for a very long time is the shared squad tasking. And I don't know if this one is coming with this particular patch. They are trying to squeeze it in, but we will see. If not, it's going to come in the next one apparently. And this revolves around giving players in the same squad the same missions, because at the moment that doesn't happen. The way that they reinvented the contract system with the quests and having kind of daily quest type activities to do currently is a bit of an issue, because if you're in a duo or a trio, it's rare that you'll be all sharing the same kinds of contracts. So shared squad tasking is coming. It's either coming in this patch, as I said, or it's coming very soon in the next patch after that. It's going to make the game a lot more playable from a questing and PvE perspective than it is right now for those who want to squad up and play in a group. If you want the chance to get some cool stuff, there is actually a drops campaign coming today, but I'll talk about that in a second. We should cover first some of the technical updates that are coming in this patch as well, which include DLSS 4.5. So I've talked about this a lot on Escape from Tarkov. This is presets L and M, which is a step up against J and K. And I actually think that it'll work really well in Grey Zone Warfare, because my preference is using presets J and K, which is the older DLSS 4 models, for inside, but I think that L and M are really superior outside. So if you have an NVIDIA graphics card which is compatible, then I think that these presets are going to give you an increase in quality for the same level of performance. If you have a 50 series card as well, they're introducing a 6x frame gen mode and a dynamic frame gen alongside it with these particular graphics cards. I don't actually have one of those. I have a 4070 Ti Super, so I can't test this out for you. Not entirely sure how well 6x frame gen will work, but in my opinion, frame gen works pretty well in Grey Zone Warfare actually. Firstly, based upon the type of game that it is, it's not a crazy twitch shooter most of the time, and also because it's actually integrated into the game directly. You don't get the garbling on menus that you do if you're using an external program or something like Smooth Motion within the NVIDIA app on Escape from Tarkov. So it's implemented in Grey Zone pretty well. So if you do have a 50 series GPU, maybe give it a try. It might work really well for you. Next, I'm going to talk about Twitch drops, so if you want to hear about that, then stick around. But after that, I'm going to discuss some of the other changes between kind of the last time that a lot of people were playing when Spearhead came out, and some of the things that have happened in between that you might have missed. So stick around for that after we've talked about Twitch drops. But Twitch drops are going to be starting today, 1 PM UK time, and this is to celebrate the 1.5 million copies sold of Grey Zone Warfare. So this is starting today, June the 25th, and the way that it's structured is that there is a first stage between the 25th of June and the 3rd of July, and for this you either watch 2 hours to get the Urban Woodland Camo Pants, 5 hours for the Urban Woodland Camo Top, and there's a 2 subs supporter streamer type campaign for the USMC Marpat camo set as well. And those camo sets, those clothing, those will be on your account forever, so even through wipes you'll still be able to get that stuff. After this, you've got stage 2, and this is basically like a 2-day rotation. So July the 3rd to the 5th, you've got a couple of things in here, the M16A1 and Alice LBV with 2 helmets. You've got July 5th to the 7th with MRE, M26 grenades, morphine stims, some glasses in silver and gold. July the 7th to the 9th, you've got the blood bag, the surgical suture kit and some meds, along with the Vietnam Jungle Brown boots in green and brown for 2 subs or 2 hours.
Oh, hey, there we go. My mic was muted. Fuck. What is this? 9:35, 9:40. Interesting timeline. It's almost like as soon as you turn the stream on, it's pretty decent, but it falls off very, very quickly. But it's a good test. Oh my god. Alright. Come. Actually, music with Arena is pretty fun. Where's my communism music? Ah. 감사합니다. 수고리가. 아버지야, 야. 제크베야, 야. 짜겠다, 짜겠다. 짜겠다, 야. Bing with the bing gum swarm, see gum swarm, the king gum gang, bing down the bing gum swarm, the gang. Help! Kingdom King with the Kingdom Swarm belongs to the Kingdom Gang. The King with the Kingdom Swarm belongs to the Kingdom Gang. Kingdom Swarm belonging to the Kingdom Gang. Hold on. No, that's not it. That's it. I don't know why. Bing Long King with the King Long Swarm, belonging to the Kingdom Gang, being to the one to the Bing Long Swarm, the County Punking Gang. Bing Gang. The Kingdom Swarm, belong to the Kingdom Gang, Bing Long King with the Kingdom Swarm, Bing Long King, the Kingdom Gang. Bing Long King of the Kingdom Gang. Dude, wait, why can't I? Belong to the Kingdom Gang, belong to the... Why can't I undo this? Oh, I can. Look up and the day that get like every place the same. And look around your eyes and feel like you are in some pain. Now you're gonna have to do to take a roots around your head. Please don't let it rest. You are pest. You don't get best. Not okay. Well, I'll say not the bodies of the day. Not well. And to compel. And you took it well. And your first. And it will you find the third. And what's the word, Captain? I think I caught you lacking. There are 9 more layers in his hell packet. No tippy tapping, bitch, you call it rippy rapping. You're no lucky, I'm not you. I'm the type I do the do. So you meant to convert it in the skull and heart. Then where does it start? Start from the top and then the next and to the bottom. Like a bottom baby, I swear I already got him. I think there's something for me. Think about the trying to love me. What is to do with your time instead? What you smoke your weed, you fucking bitch and go to bed? The bed get you yin in your head. Suck it, baby, suck it, this in your bed. It's what it's like to be known as dead. What you up your is red, but the word Captain. There are 9 more layers of this hell packing. No tippy tapping, bitch, I call it rippy rapping. I'm the lucky, I'm not you. I'm the top, I do my do. When I do my sucker, but I'm not cold. And hot, and I sucker in his face. Where do I stop? There are 9 more layers of his hell packing. No tippy tapping, bitch, I call it rippy rapping. I feel lucky I'm not you. Hey. I swear I already got him. Hell yeah, boom shot, motherfucker. Let's see. Live. Do I have 2 lives going? Coffee and chill. Let's see. Coffee and chill. Yeah, there we go. We'll go with that. I got coffee and chill and games with Goose. Incoming B! Okay. Good shot. Oh. Dave, Dave, are you listening? Dave. They're pushing in B, they're pushing in.
We really need to win.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Really need to win this game, like bad.
Dude, you're 18 inches soft? Holy shit. I'll win anything for you. God damn. Oh, sorry for the free name. They're in the left side B, left side B, left side B, left side B. What are you doing? Move! Ah, I'm fucking just sitting still, bro. Play the game. Please play the game. Okay. I mean... Oh, my bad. That one's my bad. I'll take full responsibility. Oh, homeboy got... Wow, what a shot. Good for him. Man, dude, his dick must be huge. 18 inches soft is crazy, bro. They're on B. Three hits. I suck. I suck. Nice shot. Good kill. And I didn't press that button. Wait a minute, the south side, north side, north side. Go. Nice clean fucking shot. Good job. Good shot. They're on me! Ah, good. Nice. Knife fight. You pussy! You fucking pussy. Nice, good jump. I only have 25 bullets. Ah, bullshit. Raise a fucking chance and I touch a woman. You stupid fucking idiot. What are you doing?
I'm getting B, 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 I'm getting B.
Oh, hell yeah. I got C, baby. Let's just get this shit together. Uh-oh.
They're gonna get B, they're gonna get B, they're gonna get B, they're gonna get B. We're getting B, we're getting B, we're getting B.
Hey, come back here, you dipshit! Yeah, I hit that dude in the face.
Say a slur.
Say a slur? I got you. I can absolutely say a slur for you. What do you want? I'm live right now on YouTube. What do you want to hear? I got you. You're an afternoon farmer.
Oh.
You're an afternoon farmer. How do you like that slur?
Fuck.
It means you're lazy. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you only thought slurs were like harsh. Okay, I literally saw blood splatter come off his head, and I only got one hit. Only one hit on that guy. I don't think that's true at all. As a matter of fact, okay, that was actually kind of cool. So why is it some guns I can run and... Oh, it's... Okay, he must have died. Hey. He came off the point to kill me, so we kept C, and we get more points now. Good snow. Top. Watch your left, Ah! Couldn't do anything about reloading anyway, so... What are you doing, puss boy? Take a seat! Right side of the helicopter on B. Someone get this fucker. Oh, what a fucking good peek. Damn. I didn't know anyone was paying attention to this side. I thought they were focused on the far right. I hate this guy's voice more than fucking anything. I don't know how he got a rap career. 4 hits, he didn't die. Yeah, I actually really don't understand how this has 7.8 million likes and 600 million views. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, it's so bland and boring, dude. People don't understand on... Just fucking... They don't get music. And, I don't know. I like Suicide Boys, but that one guy sucks. I was... Whatever. Back on the grind? Yeah. I gotta get this bad boy upgraded. I owe it to ya. Look. It was on his head, brother. I'm dying so much. Hey, we win. In B, left side B. Two, left side B. Don't worry, I'll take B. Yo, that dude took point-blank AP shots to the fucking chest. Guy on B is dead. You can pre-fire when you walk in and that guy will die. Yo, he did it. 18 inches soft did it. He saved the day. To jealousy. To jealousy. Uh-oh, everything's frozen. Uh-oh. 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 Hell yeah, 14 and 24 is crazy. Oh shit, 2-3. Alright, let's go see. I wonder, I don't actually know much about the ump. Like, I don't know if it runs well in Tarkov. Like, I don't know how customizable it is. I'm hoping it's pretty easily, like, squared away. Let's see, presets. Scout. Edit. Modify. No, we gotta do inspect and check this. Oh, so we got a new barrel. It's an 8-inch barrel. And now, this is gonna have a major impact. But where do we make that choice? Here it is, threaded. Now, what does that do? Nothing. But, you know what? It does give us 67 ergo. Let's just run without a... Yeah, save. Let's just run without a suppressor. Who gives a fuck if people can hear us in an arena, right? Like, let's see our task. Oh, I gotta win 2 in a row. There's that to take.
Little liar, what you gonna say? Tell me my face. I know you double-crossed me. Girl, you're such a fake. What a shame. Guess my lover was a snake. Pretty little liar.
What you gonna take? Tell me that you love me. Alright.
Feel like I'm choking, breaking up 'cause we already broken. Snake emoji on my phone when you calling, 'cause our love doesn't feel like falling. When I cry myself,
Wow, that's beautiful. What is that, like fucking Dubai?
I can't breathe. How to hyperventilate. Hiding your phone when you're sleeping. Staying a little.
Honestly, this dude's got really good music. Not the craziest fan, but he is. It is pretty.
You were so deceiving, messing with my feelings. You are my God and I'm bleeding. Now I'm leaving. What you gonna say? Tell me that you love me. Lying to my face. I know you double-crossed me. Girl, you're such a fake. What a shame. Guess my lover was a snake. Tell me that you love me.
He's got a thing. Double cross me.
Girl, you're such a fake. What a shame.
Good, my lover was a snake. You can't even mod people midstream in YouTube. It's kind of weird. Lover was a snake. Man, we gotta upgrade this ump. I so desperately want to see what this ump is capable of. I also don't want to listen to this music. I can listen to this. Nicki Minaj though. The OG is so much better. This is way too much pop music.
Check in with me and do your job. Ferg is the name. Ben Baller did the chain. Tono for the watch.
Hey, but Juicy playing Jane. I do really love this chick, dude. She's such a great singer. Fuck with these pills anymore. Days that turn fast, and I'm starting to notice the ones I held closest melter than what
Yeah.
they found. And I used to steal silence, now I use silence. It's my proper means for a time. Ow! I don't feed anything. I don't need anything. But I'm not complaining. Took a lot of paranoia that is to get to the stage. Like a certain family is going to burn the changes. Mark my words, this ceiling gets for decoration. Take me back, rip my heart into there's nothing left you can take. I'm love that's true. fuck do you think you are, sir? Let me breathe. I'm dying. I'm sick of the noise. I sucked the way through all that I. Sorry.
Yeah, but.
Oh, good. What a pre-fire, you bitch! Good job. So much flow. He's up on the Raptors. Be careful going up there to your left, buddy.
He's dead, bro.
Holy Jesus, you saved me. I turned around and that dude died.
Yeah, I have a fucking bow.
Well, we're trying, you know, we're trying. Damn, oh boy. I didn't get him. Vertigo in your arms. Oh, I got bleeds. I freaking knew that I'd get shot from in my butt, dude. I knew it. I'd get it right in the tuker. And, ooh, sorry. Breaking up my bones, turning down to my body. Three. Mercy every time you hurt me, baby. Oh. Around your whole fingertip. Good shot. Good pre-fire. Nice. Hey, I've been waiting on a sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? You don't even care, I put a second watch while I'm... It's rough, man. It's rough out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. What's crazy is I have Streamlabs modded. You know, on the vertical it's sharing, but... Sorry, are you? I don't even care about what it was. Well, I'm giant you so stretching out right out of my body. Oh! Did you see his head? That poor guy, dude. Watch this, watch this, watch this. I didn't get that kill, dude. God dang it. Why is my shin hurting so bad? Nice try, weather boy. Bro, how did I not kill the Packy guy? That sounds racist. His name's Packy. Just to be clear, the guy's name is Packy. Oh, 9 bullets? Yo, we gotta change this shit up. I'm not getting any of these kills. Lag? Are you... Dude! You looked at me! For like 3 seconds! Bro, you literally looked at me for 3 seconds and then shot me, you fucking idiot. God damn, bro.
Yeah, I love you, bro.
I love you too, baby.
It is.
Don't worry, baby, I love you. Don't worry, baby, I love you. I can't lag! I shot him in the fucking head! What is happening? There's no way he didn't die. Second and something me, out of control. Whew. We're not doing too hot. We're not doing too hot. Said hi, boys. GG, you good? What's up, Nikola Tesla? How you doing, buddy? Straight and took down the altar. It'll all be yours if you say goodbye to pain. Just the chili? Hell yeah, dude. Watch this. 3, 2, and 1. No? Okay. Now 3, 2, 1. Right about here. I can't go in there because it breaks my, like, it explodes on you, so. The pain. My. I just looked there.
Mongoose Lord, you gotta lock in, bro.
I am locked in. I'm locked in a full Nelson by the other team. They're fucking taking my bum from me. Oh, never mind. My heavy metal music just came on. We're good. Pre-firing pussy bitch? Are you kidding me? What is the name of this game? It's called Escape from Tarkov Arena, my good sir. Escape from Tarkov Arena. Oh, did you see him die? Dude, yo, test terms, he died really hilariously.
Yeah. Yeah. I got touch.
Dude, yeah, on my screen, like, as soon as you peeked up and tried to, like, jump or whatever, you...
No! GG.
Where is your god? Do you play Arena Breakout? I used to. Yeah, I played the beta season 1. I played season 1. I played a little bit of season 2. But I am a Tarkov enjoyer. Because I don't know. I do like Arena Breakout. Unfortunately, Arena Breakout for me is there was a lot of cheaters because it was free when I was playing, and I don't know if they've taken care of that. We're gonna play actual Tarkov now, though, because that's kind of like it's crazy how different the streams are. So the Verticals stream on YouTube, we've had 76 views. And the horizontal landscape is 4 total. They did take care of cheaters? Really? What do they do for that? I have like a I have like a pretty like decent account. I don't have any good like save spots or whatever, but like I like that game. It's a good game. It's a very fun game. I just I'm a bit more of a banned forever. Well, do they do hardware like IP bans or whatever? Because that's what I really want to see. Is I want these people to get banned, and then like their computer, like they can't make new accounts. But the fact they're banning forever is really good. I like that. Start a Q&A. Start a poll. This is like the only way. Will we survive? Sure, yeah, let's go. Start poll. I didn't even know you could do that. What about this? Create a poll. Survive or not? Cool, I didn't know you could do this. Device and IP bans? My boy. Hell yeah. Alright, I gotta listen a little bit of some Tarkov music. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see. Magazines. PS ammo isn't the best, but BP. Hold on. I think we have a shitload of BP. Yeah, let's do BP. Hardcore terminal, terminal that's hardcore terminal, terminal it's hardcore terminal, terminal. God, I love Russian music so much, dude. Dum-ba-dum-ba. Bum-ba-dum-ba. Take out the bazooka. Take a bigger dose. Take a bigger face. Take a bigger face. Terminal. Terminal. It's hardcore. Terminal. Terminal. It's hardcore. Terminal. Terminal. It's hardcore. Hardcore. Terminal, hardcore, terminal, oh. Hard bass? Yeah, dude, I love this shit. Dumping out. Ugh. I haven't done my I was just gonna turn the stream on to do some my morning routine. We already watched a lecture about psilocybin mushrooms and how it helps people on their deathbed and just the benefits of it. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of exercise. But actually I should probably stretch, dude. I like to do Tai Chi, but I haven't done it in forever. But I do need to stretch my body. I was outside working, cutting up trees and shit yesterday. Oh. Oh. Oh hell yeah, we're about to start. We're about to start. Alright. Gotta turn my watch on. All apps, Hyper Rate watch. We're gonna turn this on. We got the heart rate here. The heart rate here. There we go. You're from America? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am from America.
There's only a limited number of these. They're available on my web store. You get the downloads and all the album files on there too.
But I'm a huge fan of other culture, music, and food and stuff. So I like learning. Babushka. DJ Blackman. Where are you from? Nikola Tesla. Oh, we gotta pause? Alright, so let's see. Check our laser out. Full. Okay. Full auto. Nice. Try from my home country, Serbia. Oh, dude. Oh, so that is your name, Nikola? Nikolaj? Dude, you know what's funny? When I was in high school, I mean, it's not funny, but when I was in high school, I actually, we had an exchange student from Serbia. We had an exchange student from Serbia, and his name was Nikola. Yeah, Serbia is interesting. I'd like to learn more. But we could check some. I'll listen to it after. I just need to get through the raids. I don't like doing music during the raids. Nikola Tesla is from Serbia. He is a scientist, so it's not my real name. Gotcha. Well, yeah, I didn't know that Nikola was. Like I didn't know that was a common name from Serbia. And yes, I am aware he is a scientist. He invented the Tesla coil, and then they stole his shit from him, and he's a genius. He was trying to give the world, like, free power, and they were like, no, you have to die now. How dare you? I like, he had a pretty interesting philosophies, I guess. Hey, I'll take an AK-74. Oh, I need one of these. I don't hear any, like, crazy movement. It's kind of strange. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it is rather unfortunate. Thomas Edison is, Oh, a magnet. Oh, a piece of candy. Are you a big fan of him? I don't really need that. It's too heavy. Can you turn vertical? It should... What do you... It is vertical. I have two streams. There's a horizontal and a vertical stream. If you go to my channel, it should have both. Yeah, I should have both. Because I can... Oh, let's... Scav shoddy? That wasn't me, I think. Hey, there you go, buddy. I'm in. Yeah, welcome in, buddy. I see you. I see you. Hell yeah. What's up, man? I hear your feet. Are you a scav or a player? Shit.
Вылезай давай, нахрен вылезай!
He blew my arm off. Oh, I gotta make sure I can see this. Wow. I thought he was below me. Holy shit. By the way, why do we have a 50% vote on yes? What the hell? People saying no out there? People saying no, we're not gonna make it? People not believing in us right now? Dude, how dare you? I have to kill 25 AI with whatever, just throw PS in there. I have to kill 25 scavs with this gun. So hopefully we can do that. Okay, let's see. Where did he... Wait. Oh, he died back here. Okay. We like this? That's a nice vest, actually. We're gonna have to take that vest. I don't know if this key is any good, but we'll take it just in case. You said no? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Alright, let's see. Let's get this back in 5. There we go. Ooh, morphine. Alright, 6. Sweet. Alright, we're trying to peek over here. The problem is we don't have any zoomable scopes. We only have red dot, so unfortunately, it's not really in our favor to take mini fights that are long distance. So that's a peekable window, I believe. Oh, see, I fucking told you. Wow, I almost just watched a bullet come straight into my eye. Holy fuck. I just about predicted my death. Oh, it hit me. Oh no, I just haven't healed from the surgery. Okay. Wow, dude, that scared the shit out of me. But you might prove me wrong. I'm gonna do my best to. To be fair, if I die, it's not the worst thing in the world. I truly just need to get as many scav kills as possible because it takes 25. It takes 25 to get this quest done. But it doesn't have to be done in one raid, so. I don't even think there's 25 scavs in a raid. But, I don't know. Alright, hold on. I need this food. Thought I heard somebody. I have no clue where that shot came from. I thought it was that window. Like, I was rather convinced. But it's possible that that's not true at all. We can go down below for... Actually, let's check this guy's loot on the stairs. Where did he die? There we go. Adar. I do need this. You see how it's got a golden check mark? I gotta turn that in for a quest, so we'll do that. Put the squash here. Boom. Put this here. We'll just throw all the loot inside of it. It's not that big a deal. I need a lot of these, apparently. I need this. Take the pliers. Did I... Yeah, let's take an extra heavy bleed just in case some shit happens. Let's go to the basement. I don't really know what's down here, so let's figure it out. Okay. Oh, I think you have to pull a lever in another building to unlock that door. I'm pretty sure. What's your... Hey, Nikola Tesla, what's your favorite, map on Arena? I like Northridge quite a bit. That got really fun. I hear someone. Pop a painkiller so we can push. I want to be on the high ground, so I need to get upstairs before he comes over here. Man, those windows make me super anxious because people can see through them. Valley for sniping? Yeah, that one's good. Valley is good, actually. I forget about Valley. I've died so many times on Valley trying to snipe. Oh, BT. We'll take the prison. I like TV Station for, like, the kind of gameplay I like the most is, like, running and gunning. Like, I like to be quick. Unfortunately, it's not always the best choice in these games. You know, because you have to kind of base your loadout where you want to go and what you need to do, like if it's a quest or something. So, I don't think I need that. I think that's more of a barter item. TV Station is my favorite, though, because it gets really heavy PvP. So yeah. Also, thank you guys for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. It's always nice to be able to play and just be able to converse with others. don't know if he knows I'm here. The player on that bridge, it's very possible he left, but he may have got tagged to heal. Problem is, if I push him right now, the AI will lock onto me. So, oh, here we go. He's somewhere in here. Oh boy. How long do you play Escape from Tarkov? I have 700 hours, but I got about 200 or 300 in the past 4 months, 3 or 4 months. So I'm not the best, and I'm still learning. There's such a huge learning curve for the game. Man, I don't think he killed everybody, but I don't exactly know how to... Alright, well, that was not the choice to be made. I thought that was him, and that guy left, so... Alright, well, I'm just gonna hide here. And pack my mag out. Did you prestige? No. I have never gotten to the... This is the farthest I've ever gotten in Tarkov is this playthrough. I've owned the game since it came out, but but I've never like got real far. I've not escaped, no. I want to. I'm trying to. But it's a process, and I don't really know exactly what the process is. So honestly, God damn it. I like making mistakes, and I like learning from my mistakes. So, like, for me, this is, like, really fun to make, like, to figure out that there's easier and better ways to do shit, you know? Grenade guy, he's pushing me. But, like, I have some pals that, like, wanted to play with me and everything. But they just want me to catch up to them, so they're like trying to feed me gear and feed me money and stuff, and I just have to tell you, I don't like that. It's not fun for me. I don't like being handed out because there's no triumph. There's no... You know what I mean? Like, playing a game, for me, is like learning and beating the game, but if I have people giving me gear and money, I mean, they're solving the problem that I want to solve, so... I like really hard games. I like difficult games. I like games that... I like to figure them out for myself as well. Now, don't get me wrong. If there's something that I just don't understand, like the ballistics... let's see. Right here. So, like, the ballistics... right here, I had to learn how these things work. And then I have to learn, like my goal is, like, I typically just... Hold on, is somebody down here? I don't know what I was saying, but, you know, you gotta learn different playstyles. If you can't afford armor that if you can't afford bullets that penetrate, armor rigs, then you gotta go for flesh kind of damage. But then you have to train yourself not to shoot for the head, like the center mass. You got to go for legs, arms, or head. And historically in video games, like, most of the time, you just fucking shoot somebody, you know? Like, Call of Duty, you just fucking mow them down. There is no armor value to your left, right, front, neck, head, eyes. Like, you know what I mean? So it's been really fun learning that. And sometimes I will go and watch, like, a video on how to properly understand or digest the ballistics. But that's it. Another thing is like I got hung up on a single item I needed to upgrade my hideout, and so what I would do is I couldn't find a drill, an electric drill, and so I looked online to see like where was the best place to find one, and it didn't really help, but it kind of did. But I'll never like for quests. Most of the time, I also try to do it without anything. But if there's a key or something, I'll look up like a location. Maybe. It just depends. But yeah, I don't like running in a group of 5 and everybody just throwing gear and shit on top of me. It's just not my move. It's not my... the thrill of discovery is what makes me feel alive. Like, that's the most rewarding thing for me, is that... Ooh. Damn, I kind of want that. The thrill for me is the thrill of discovery. Damn. What if I... Ooh, I've never used this gun. Well, yeah, yes I have, in the revolver. This is a lever action, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. There's a guy on that bridge, and I don't know if he's left or not yet. And I really badly need to use the restroom. This is not the best place to be! Got 13 minutes left. I don't know if that guy's holding it. I don't really have any good way out either. I would like to use this MLXR at some point. Maybe on woods. Alright, whatever. We're fucking going. I don't know if we'll make it. But we have to fight this guy. If he's gonna hold, we have to fight him.
Other guys saw bears in this area.
Can I not ledge up over this? Dead scabs? We gotta run into the open. Before you run into the open, you gotta pop them painkillers so some dude doesn't break your legs. And then you're just a fucking duck in water. Or a goose. Okay, right now, if I didn't pop that painkiller and some dude popped my legs out, I'd be fucking stuck. Very important that you take painkillers when you're running into the unknown. Very important, sir. Very important. I feel like we didn't get a ton of scav kills, but we might be able to get a few more before we... Okay, thank God I came this way. I don't remember where I spawned in, so... Oh, I spawned in back there. Can you do sniper run? Sure, I'm just not that good. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm gonna stay down here so this wall, this like mound of dirt covers a bit. Actually, let's go inside. There's some decent loot up in that room right there. Door shut. Should be good. Door shut. Should be good. Fucking camera scared me. Need that. We'll take it. We're pretty close to being out of the raid, and this is just like the last little stop, so. Man, I need this. Let's get this. Okay. I gotta have like 10 of those, and I don't want to buy them, so that's why they're marked right now. I don't need that. Probably don't need this. Need a little bit of food. I don't think there's loot in here, just checking. 10 minutes left on the raid. We'll hit these computers and probably dip out. Yeah, as soon as nice. As soon as we get out of this raid, we'll reset for a sniper run for sure. GPU? No GPU. Alright, extract's just around here. Here's our extract. People like to camp right there. We did it, fellas. We did it. Use the restroom, but we're gonna go use the restroom, come back, and do a sniper run. I think I have a waiting room scene. Does this work? Yeah. Okay, can I make one for... Let's see if I can copy... Can I... Media, starting... Properties. GG, thank you, brother. Thank you. Let's see. So I could do, what is this? Image starting. Okay, and we're gonna put this real quick. We're gonna put this over. Oh, I think the starting is let's see, game capture, display capture. Okay, whatever. I'll have to figure this shit out later, but I'll be back on vertical, even though no one's there on vertical. Yes, nice run. Thank you, man. Yeah, I need to get more kills, but I just kind of play a little reluctantly. It's my first Tarkov round of the day. Let me use the restroom real quick, and I'll come back and we'll try to aim for a sniper run. Now you gotta understand though, I'm not that good, so you can't judge me, okay? But give me just like 4 minutes.
We are at the same crossroads again. It may be too little, too late, too late, too late. You're so envious of one another. So petty. That you don't want nobody to outshine you. Some people say people. I want you to hear me. Let me say something to you. If you don't get your act together, there will be blood in the street. Yes, sir. Express in Brennan. Yes, sir. I warned our people. They'll stop prowling the streets when you think you are safe. Listen to what is being said. Leaders who lead for the people. I want you to hear me. Let me say something to you. If you don't get your act together, there will be blood in the street.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, I forgot. I do that when I walk away. But I was trying to tell you that my hideout is almost done. There's some other things I have to keep doing. I'm probably another month out of like hard grinding for it. So we'll see. There's some things that I need to upgrade, but it's really hard because you have a character level that impacts what you can purchase on the flea market. You have trader levels, which impacts what you can buy from them and barter. And then you have a hideout level, and then you have skills. There's just so many different systems that you have to like work on. Some of them overlap, which is cool. But unfortunately, like, when I'm working on my hideout, it's kind of hard, like, okay, like, I really need a drill. And I go in to loot, but let's say I go in to do a quest, and then I find a drill. Well, now I'm gonna abandon that quest to get the drill out. Or let's say I go in to get a drill, and it's like, oh shit, I'm right next to my quest. I have to abandon the drill to go do the quest. Now, I'm sure there are people who are good enough to like go in and do all of them at once. But most of the time, those people are in groups. And they're like funneling each other the materials that they need. I play solo. 99.99% of my raids are solo. I have probably run just a few less than 10 runs, I'm sure, with other players. Maybe less than 15. Like, that's pushing it. Nice. Strength leveled up. This map is kind of similar to Northridge. There's a big health resort over there. And a big long road over there. It's almost exactly the same as Northridge. This is like the little water thing. You know, you can extract on the bridge. You can't extract here, but it's very similar. There's the hotel. There's a big long street that goes from left to right. It's not like there's a thing that you can escape. It's a boat though. It's like docks in a boat instead of you know, like the trolley system or whatever. But yeah, this is like probably where they got the inspiration to make Northridge on Arena. I'm not particularly in the best of spots to snipe. And I'm kind of nervous. Northridge is one of the more easy maps. Shit, it wasn't when it first came out, man. That shit was crazy, dude. People were going nuts over the hotel. I remember having some really hectic battles trying to get in the hotel. Or trying to get out of the hotel. Fuck, I don't know if I can run it. It's really good for sniping. Yeah. This one can be good for sniping. I just have to get into a great position, and unfortunately my spawn... Dude, that's probably 500 meters out there. Set this to 100 minimum. Sometimes... I heard a gunshot in that direction, so I'm fairly certain there's a fella over there. Yep, right there. Here we go. He's got a buddy. We gotta reposition. They're gonna push that. Those guys were huge, so we have to reposition. boy. Get in there. You know what we could do actually is pull this down a bit. Let me change something. Properties. Let's see if I can. There we go. Do you got any guns in RO? I don't own any. I grew up with them, so there are like I have them, but I don't own them. But I do know how to use them. I'm an American, so you know, we like our guns. Yeah, I know how to take care of and use them and all that stuff. But no, I do not own any that are under my name. But I also don't break laws regarding guns either, so let's, you know what I mean? Let me be very clear about that too. There are no laws that I break. So we have really loose gun laws in many parts of America. Very, very many parts. There's some parts where when I was 20 years old, I think I was 21 years old, I went into a county courthouse and I just gave them $20 and I answered 10 questions and they took my picture and gave me a carrier's permit. Nothing else. No background check. No safety tests. Just fucking, they just gave me a carrier's permit. So, in my opinion, that's way too loose. It's way too loose. But they may have since then changed it. The state that I was in that got it, though, was... Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, being American, we were born with the knowledge to operate a firearm. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, depending on what part of America you're born in, it's really... It's common in some areas. Like, a lot of kids grow up shooting or even hunting or whatever. It just depends on what part of America. I will say, though, I would probably say, like, most Americans don't own a gun. I would say most don't. But a large amount do. We will see about that no breaking law thing. I'm a pretty good boy. I don't really like breaking the law. So I do like illicit substances. That's kind of like marijuana, some other stuff that I won't mention on YouTube. But I always take care of myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like alcohol. I think alcohol is shit. I think alcohol is okay if in moderation, but dude, have you ever been in a room? Like, what I don't like about alcohol, man, is like, dude, some people become an entirely different person. And it's almost scary. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of scary to see, like, dude, you're just like a few drinks away from being a psychopath. You know what I mean? Like, so I unfortunately, I don't condone drinking. I don't think anybody really should, unless, well, sorry. I think a lot of people shouldn't drink, and they should probably smoke some weed instead. But unfortunately, America has a lot of retarded people in it, and for some reason they think liver failure and alcohol is better than some dude laughing at some cartoons while he eats Cheetos. I mean, you know, you get a man drunk, and this is you know, a man gets drunk and beats his wife and kids. Another man gets stoned and eats his kids Fruit Loops. You know what I'm saying? Like, it blows my mind that there's so many like actually retarded people who just don't understand how bad alcohol is. And I say like, I say retarded on purpose. Like, I hope those people, I hope their feelings are hurt because they're stupid. Yeah, most don't, but we in the South, yeah. Just about, it's almost like if you're born in the South, not if you move here. Some people do get excited, but if you're born in this like South, Southeast, actually, it's just the South, of America, yeah, there's a high chance that you get to operate a firearm at some point in your life. By the way, I am trying to snipe. This map's just really difficult to do that on because I don't hear any gunshots. And that's really important in terms of finding the players. And I just haven't heard any from the beginning, so... or since the beginning of the map. Sometimes in Tarkov, and I don't know if this is about... I mean, sometimes it does happen in Arena, especially on the maps where I'm familiar with, but, you know how... okay, you know how on Farm, you can spawn, and typically you know where the other spawns are, and, like, the first thing you do is you try to peek that spawn to see if somebody's there? That happens in Tarkov, and to me... it's the stupidest thing. I hate it so much. I wish there was, like, I don't know. I don't like getting killed, at the spawn. In Serbia, if you don't love, rakia, traditional drink, you are the same level as a fucking idiot, and you will have no respect. What is rakia? Here, let me make clear. I don't have a problem with alcohol. I have a problem with alcoholics and alcoholism. And unfortunately, a lot of humans, I say that as if I'm not one, but a lot of humans, have extremely addictive personalities and won't admit it. I mean, we all do. We all have something that, you know, we go back to over and over. Whether it be a substance or, like, porn or something, you know? Like, there's something we all do. It's a heavy alcohol drink. And I hate... yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Listen. I had 2 beers the other night. But that was the only 2 beers I've had in months. And... probably 2 months. But, like, I will get drunk from time to time. But my drunk is, like, I like to laugh and goof around and have fun. I don't get sad and cry, or I don't get angry. And I can handle my alcohol. I do not like being around people who, when they drink, they're all of a sudden the saddest fucking person in the world or the most angry person in the world. I think those people need to be completely unallowed to even have access to that shit, dude. Like, you need, like, a mental aptitude test before you can partake, because, like, it ruins people's lives. I get it, I hate alcohol, too. Yeah, I mean, it happened to some folks in my family, and I hated it for them. Hold on, this is loud as fuck. I truly did hate it for him. There was gunshots back there. But unfortunately, it's a huge industry here. I think the world would be a bit more peaceful if people, like, had access to... See, like... Another thing is you have no idea how things are gonna affect you too. You know, like one of my mother's friends that she was friends with for like 20-something years had surgery, and they gave her painkillers, and it just so happened, you know, a doctor says take 2 of these a day for a little bit of time, and you're like, hell yeah, the doctor knows what he's saying. I'm going to trust my doctor. And next thing you know, they're like, hey, I need more of those. I need more of those. And, like, they've never done drugs in their entire life. And I watched this woman. She was beautiful, dude. After she had her surgery or her accident or whatever, and she got on painkillers, bro, she lost her teeth, she lost her job, she went to work, like, drugged up, and she had never done drugs. She was never, like, a partier or anything like that. And, like, dude, that's what makes me nervous with, like, certain substances with people, because you just don't know how something's gonna affect you. And unfortunately, I don't know exactly how she turned out, but you know, it wasn't like it wasn't a real pretty experience for her. I hope she's doing better. I have no idea, but it was one of my mom's really good friends that she'd known from work for 20 years. And like I said, you trust a doctor. I mean, shit, the doctors here used to say... Thought I saw someone. Doctors here used to say, you know, cigarettes were good for you. So it's... Oh, yeah. I'll get off the alcohol topic, though. I don't like sticking on the one thing for too long. Because I also don't want to offend anybody who does fucking enjoy it, you know? I mean, I don't care if I do, but I just don't want to. I don't care if I offend anybody, but I would rather not to. You know, does that make sense? Sometimes, in the pursuit of truth, we have to risk hurting one's feelings. I wonder if this is a good spot to snipe. How much time do we have left? I mean, it's possible. I should get my... I have a rangefinder, but I haven't been equipping it. I should probably grab that. Man, yeah, I just don't really know the best way to snipe in this game yet. There's a good map called Woods. Wow, that was a good loot. You see how I dropped to the ground? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, someone's below me. I have a family friend that did heavy drugs, cocaine, and got off that shit himself. Good, dude. I mean, I'm not advocating for people doing drugs, but I do enjoy... That is a fun one. I do enjoy... That let me just say this. I've never in my life have I gone out to go get it, but I have had it whenever it was offered to me. And oh shit, hold on. I'm dying of thirst. He's off that for 10 years. Good for him. Yeah, I've never when I was enjoying that, I had very good self-control, because I have a rule, anything like that, I don't look for. But if it's offered to me, I'll have a little fun. But it doesn't get offered to me. Like, it's only been offered to me like 4 or 5 times in my life, so. It's easier to just say that I don't do it. You know what I mean? My favorite... Right to the ears. Oh. He's so calm. Oh. Yeah, gonna need to put this in the butt. We'll need to put this right here. 5.56 for an MP9. I think that MP9 is actually super valuable. We'll take this as well. Nice kill. Thank you. These are just AI, though. Unfortunately, it's not anything too clever. I would like I don't know if there's any players here. I haven't heard any shots in a minute. But typically people come up here to loot. And unfortunately I just haven't seen it. So maybe we can catch some people trying to cross through here. We can do another sniper run after this too and get a I'll bring my rangefinder, because that way we can, like, on the bottom right, if I scroll down, you'll see my zeroing settings. And so I can get a rangefinder and look there. It'll tell me how far away it is, and then I can zero in and just place the bullet on top of them. Is that at me? I think the AI is just yelling because he sees dead bodies. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just don't know people's routes really well on this map. I know my routes, but I'm not the best sniper, which I would like to be, dude. Sniping in this game is really fun, but it's also rather difficult, like, to get your... I don't think that's good. To learn, because you gotta worry about bullet drop and then the way they're going. Also, there's different velocities for bullets. Like, one of the guns that I use is an SMG with pistol bullets, and sometimes I don't pick the best. Sometimes I don't pick the best damage bullet. I pick the one with the best velocity so I can be more accurate at a further distance. There's a player over here. He's shooting at him. So we're gonna have to slow down. Trash bags. Something's going on to my down in this area, but I can't tell if it's AI or player. I'm really nervous to peek too with a sniper. I'm really curious. There was gunshots over there, and I'm curious as to what's going on. I'll take my head off, dude. I got some greasy hair. Man, Nicola, thanks for hanging out, man. Also, Logan, fucking you again. You're the best. I'm probably going to turn the stream off soon. My grandmother usually wakes up around this time, so I'll probably have to turn it off. It's been a good practice just to see how things work on just YouTube isolate instead of and Twitch, you know? That guy could have come in, so I'm going to hold this. Computer, PlayStation? I got a PC. My room's a fucking mess. I'll try to show you. My PC is like right here, dude. It's not that good. But it's there we go. But it's mine. Yeah, he's coming in. He's coming in. He's coming in. I hear him. I heard footsteps. He's slow walking. It might be AI. But I don't know. I think it's AI. He did the AI slide. But if you were to ask me Xbox over PlayStation, I would say PlayStation. However, I feel like the new Xbox CEO, that the really like tan woman, she's rather young too. She seems like she's doing a good job for Xbox, so hopefully it turns out well. It's PMC? What do you mean? You think so? See, I don't know. He did like the weird shuffle with his feet. There's like a weird audio where like, I'll have to show you. Listen, 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 listen. That right there, that slide. A lot of times that's AI doing that. Players don't like doing it for some reason. I do it on purpose because I like to make people think I'm a scav. She's nice. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she seems cool. She seems like she's doing the right thing. On putting gamers first again, so. She also said they're not going to be using fucking AI for their games, and, you know, it's hopefully that she can... It's only a matter of time until it's just, like, full send AI, but... It's nice to see some resistance, you know? Keep some artistic intent. Ah! Almost fell. Just keep a little artistic integrity. I personally hate using it, but, like... Hold on. I don't hate using it. Let me reframe. Let me reset. I like using it, to help refine my ideas, but, like, I don't use it, for... Like, I don't Google... You know, a lot of people ask AI what this shit is. I don't like asking AI about stuff. I don't trust it enough to fully believe that that's, like, what the AI bot is saying, regardless of which model it is. So, yeah. But it does help me come up with, like, creative endeavors, like, if I want to do some drawings or some paintings and I need some, like, ideas. Or if I'm trying to do a video that I want to try to, like, schedule out, and I will get ideas, but I will never use AI to actually make... I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I'm writing a book right now, or like a short story rather, and the only time I used AI to help me is spelling corrections. Most of the time AI is wrong. Exactly. So the only thing I use it for is I'm writing a pretty dark fantasy about this guy. His name is Damon. I'm gonna name him Damon Kane. Right now the book is about how right now it's like an origin. I'm only on like a few chapters in. But I have not gotten anything from AI to tell me what to say. I've only made sure that my spelling errors are done, and like sometimes I add punctuation where I don't need to, and it'll suggest. I might take the suggestion, but sometimes I intentionally do punctuation on purpose that doesn't really go, because I want people to pause and like think about what they're reading, because it's pretty dark. Name of the book? Well, I want to name it Damon's Dread, and essentially Damon is gonna be like a villain, but I want to tell the story from the villain's side, but I also want the villain to be like I want people to hate that they like him. Like, I want them to like Damon, but I want them to feel bad about liking him. So, I don't know, I think I get demonetized if I say some things, but, like, the very opening of the book is very graphic. I will just say, while writing it, I almost fucking cried, because it was, like, I had to get really deep to, like, get into his character, and so the best way to say it is he is a child of his mother did not expect to have a baby. Like, I don't know how to say it without getting TOS. I think people say grape. I think people say grape. So, if that's an acceptable, if that's acceptable, his whole character arc is going to be nothing but like disdain and like suffering. And so his whole point of existence essentially is to like take over the kingdom that caused him so much pain, and for him to fucking I gotta go this way. And for him to pretty much take over an entire kingdom and ruthlessly execute a lot of people. It'll be like a kingdom that is directly tied with the church. It'll be like a corrupt kingdom with a bad king and a shitty prince. Like in the movie Green Mile. Well, not so much because... So, I get what you're saying, but not so much because in Green Mile, he was not a bad guy at all. Damon is a bad guy. Damon is not a good guy. Damon is going to ruthlessly conquer. But right now, I'm just building up his character from birth. So, his mother dies during birth. She gets taken in after she, you know, gets the grapes. By this, like, retired war general. And he then raises Damon and teaches Damon how to fight. And then he's gonna die. And then Damon's gonna be alone as, like, a teenager. And it's gonna start his villain arc. So, I have a lot planned for it. I have a really interesting storyboard that I've drawn out. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I sent it to one of my best friends. Let's see. I'm not going to keep it up too much because I don't know what kind of language I used. It probably wasn't the greatest language. Here it is. This is what it kind of looks like. So I have like a 7-plot, like, or a 7-chapter plot, I guess you'd say, where I have everything I want, and now I just have to connect the dots. I have all the major plot points, and now I have to fill in the nitty-gritty details. And the way that I like to write is very, very expressive and very, very rooted in like a when you read, I want you to feel as if you're there in the setting, so I try to like describe what things look like very accurately, and I try to describe the emotions and everything. Instead of just writing like, he fought a battle and he won, he was very strong. Like, I like to get into the mindset of the character and talk about like what's going through their head, or even the smells that they're experiencing while they're fighting, or, you know, stuff like that. Is this your first book? Yes, but I have written some like short stories in the past. I actually found an old account, and I was writing about this like old tribal shaman. I was writing about this old tribal like shaman woman. Oh! I wrote a short story about this old tribal shaman woman who inherited, like, their clan's axe, and it's supposed to be, like, this, like, sacred axe, and she takes up the, like, she takes up the position of being, like, the leader of the tribe, and, like, the goal was to set her out to go try to, like, either meet other tribes. Jesus fucking... Well, I got killed by the goons? I got killed by the goons? You shot me in the leg? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, dude. I got killed by AI. That's too OP, bro. That's too OP. That's way... Dude, that's so fucking stupid, bro. Wow. Wow. GG. Yeah, we'll... Cross-map sniping? Yeah, but it was the AI, dude. You survived the second one, but the second was your end? Yeah, we'll do a scav run real quick, because he asked about it. We'll do a scav run. Ooh, I don't want to do woods. Let's do Street to Tarkov, because we can usually get some decent money on Street to Tarkov. Yeah, dude, Nicola, that was a computer. That wasn't a player. Overloading. Ooh, heartburn. Damn, that hurt. Shit. But, Nicola, are you in Serbia currently? It's probably nighttime over there. The tree... The tree guns is incredible. Yeah, the trees have guns. Instead of the hills have eyes, the trees have guns. What time is it in Serbia? It's probably late as fuck. In the UK, it's like 7 hours ahead. Serbia is probably... It's probably... Oh, okay. So like 8 o'clock, gotcha. Well, 10 o'clock, I think, right? No. Hold on, -2 is 7. It's 7 o'clock. Okay, you got 5 more hours. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, got it. Okay. We in America, we don't really use that unless you're military. The 24-hour. It's 1 to 12, and then 1 to 12. And then AM or PM. Shit. Alright. After this last run, I'm gonna go take care of the house. I'm gonna go do some exercise, and Nicola, I don't know if it's 19 for you now. I know you'll probably be asleep. You seem, I mean, if you're named after Nikola Tesla, you're probably a reasonable person, and you probably have things to do tomorrow. But in about 8 hours from now, that's when I usually turn it on. I don't usually turn it on this early. I was just testing things, and I really want to add some stuff. Like, I don't know how to describe. Like, so when I died, I want to be able to hit a button and, like, it'd be like, oh, or just like, wah, wah, wah. I just want to have something more interactive and more engaging and silly. Because ultimately, I'm a very silly person. I like being serious when it calls for it, but ultimately, I am a goofy fucking goober. Alright, so... alright. Got a grenade. Let's see, where are we? What's our extract? Sewer manhole. Sewer manhole is... I can't remember exactly where we are. Pinewood Hotel's right there. Which means we need to go this way. And this is a fucking... Oh, medical center. Do they have LEDXs in here? Check it. Oh, hell yeah, I look terrifying. Can you get a LEDX out of a bag? I actually don't know that. Better not be a fucking PMC. It's bright like day? Yeah, yeah. It's it's noon here. It's midday. Ugh. Oh, this is a really valuable item. Oh shit! Hell yeah. I'll take it. Those are worth like 80k a piece. Uh-oh. That's a player. Oh, that's scary. What you got in your butt? What you got in your pockets, boy? What? Alright. Just found a dead smoker. Just found a dead smoker over there. I gotta go there for sewer manhole. Shit, we gotta go towards the shots. 20 minutes left? I don't know if we'll be able to take that guy. That guy sounds like he's got some... This is a semi-automatic, like, SMG, which I don't understand how that works, but... Doesn't sound like a fucking machine gun by any means if I have to click and click and click and click. What a hey, what am I? What am I? I'm just some guy, I'm just some fella. Just some dude. I don't know any better. Ah! Hey, what's up, man? I'm cool as fuck. Run for extract? Well, unfortunately. Okay. I forgot you can't go there. Well, that's gonna be it for me. Like I said, we usually do the nighttime stream, but I gotta take care of my grandmother, get some dogs, I gotta get some food, and I really appreciate the company, so y'all have a good one. Can't believe I just did that. Alright guys, I'll see ya. Yes, end, close.